report to this computer. Okay, I hope we are recording them. So, my dear David, it's a pleasure to have you here, okay? Well, my name is Diego, and let's check today our topics for Intermediate 1, Week 6. David, how have you feel in this process of learning and practicing English?
Well, actually, I have felt pretty good because I'm trying to achieve the C1 level. And you know that you make an interview before coming up to the classes of the course, right?
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
they give me the option to start from C1, but I took the option from starting since this level because I think it's pretty good, like to make a check again of the topics.
Mhm.
And I've learned a lot of things that I didn't know or I forgot that are very useful.
Ah, that's great, David. I'm really happy and glad to hear that. Well, David, so let's do it, right?
Okay.
So, David, what are we going to do today? Today, we are going to describe major life events that represent changes in our life, basically like turning points. Have you ever heard about that term, turning point?
Not actually.
Okay, well, that is a turning point is that like a canonical event in our lives, right?
Okay, well, I've heard about that, but not that expression in that way, not.
Yeah, a turning point. That is the canonical event in our lives, right? Something that changed our lives forever. Okay. Well, let's check. And on the other hand, um, we are going to express regrets and turn off events if they had done things differently. So basically, we're going to express how, like maybe things that we regret about some decisions that we made in the past. Okay. Well, let's check. So we are going to start with this warming up about this. Okay, it's a simple game. The idea is try to complete it. Okay,
Okay.
so try to complete it following your heart. Okay,
And if you ha had been more careful, you wouldn't had an accident. No, if you have been,
you wouldn't have had an accident like this, right?
no, and the opposite. If you had and then have, I didn't see like the other whole there.
Okay. All right, let's check.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yep, that's good. Okay, okay, good. How about this one?
And if I had seen you, I would have said hello.
No problem, man. You got it. You got it. Okay, let's go ahead with this one. How about this one?
And I would have taken a photo if I had brought my camera with me.
Okay. Really good. Really good. Okay, okay. All right. And this one?
And she have been gone to your birthday party if she no. Let me check a sec.
Uh-huh. Think about it.
Okay, and she would have gone to your birthday party if she hadn't been sick.
Okay, let's see. Wow. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, let's check this out.
Mm, would you have told me if you'd known about it?
Let's check. Wow, that's perfect. Okay, this one.
Mm, what would you have done if you had been me?
Okay. Like this. Let's check.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay, how about this one?
If it had rained, would you have had the picnic?
Okay. Really good. All right. This one?
If I had studied, I wouldn't have failed the exam.
Perfect. Okay. And the last one?
If they have come, I would hadn't been disappointed.
Oh,
Ah,
if they
that's hard.
hadn't, don't
Okay.
worry. Just one from of over other ones. Don't worry. Yeah, basically it's that. If, had, would, have. Well, we're going to check it later, but now let's come here. All right, it was not difficult. Look at this. Can you read this sentence for me?
And yes, as soon as I became a father, I understood the true meaning of love.
All right, this is a turning point. It was for me at least, right? What can we analyze here? First of all, the expression, yes? As soon as. One expression in which I use a sentence and then I use another sentence, like a cause and result. Some people think that we only can use like past simple, but actually, no. We can use past simple, past participle, past simple as we want. What's important? That the sentence have a logical meaning, all right? That it has sense, all right? For example, here I use the expression past simple and past simple. As soon as I became a father, I understood the truth of love. Now let me show you some other expressions, okay? With some examples. For instance, we can use before, after, once, the moment, as soon as, until, and by the time. Easily. And if we analyzed this sentence, for example, the first one, before I graduated from high school, I had never worked. Look, in this case, we are using what? What kind of grammar are we using in the first one?
In the first part of the sentence, we use past simple, then past participle.
Exactly. So as you can see, there is no like an restricted rule that says that I have to use by obligation mandatorily the past simple, past simple. No, you can use it, but it needs to have sense. Okay. Look at the
Okay.
second one. After I graduated, I went to Alaska to work as a fisherman. Or look at this one. Once I moved away from home, I learned to take care of myself. Past simple, past simple. The moment I moved away from home, I felt like a different person. Past simple, past simple. As soon as I got my own bank account, I started to be more responsible. Okay? Past simple, past simple. Until I moved to Alaska, I had never been away from home. Past perfect, past simple. By the time I went to college, I had already lived away from home. Okay, those are turning points, and here we are using past simple, or past perfect, past simple, right? However, as I told you, it's not an obligation to use only these options. You can use other ones if you want to express a turning point in your life in the past, right? Now, look at this. Here I have some turning points. Moving in with roommates, buying your own home, having a pet, getting a credit card, getting your first paycheck, getting your driver's license, and getting married and becoming a parent. You are going to help me to build these sentences using these expressions. Look at the example. Once you move in with roommates, you have to learn to work together, right? That's a turning point. All
Okay, and
right.
I do it in first person or in third person.
You decide.
Okay.
I want to see what you are going to do. All right. Okay.
Um,
Let's go with number two.
and the moment I bought my own home,
Uh-huh.
um, I felt that a lot of things would become in a different way.
Uh-huh.
And having a pet after, which is the past form of adopt.
Adopted.
Well, and after I adopted my first pet, in life became better than it was.
Right. Really good.
And getting a credit card,
Four.
well, I
Uh-huh.
have to invent that because I don't have a credit card. And as soon as you got a credit card,
Uh-huh.
you you have to learn how to manage your money correctly.
Okay.
Getting your first paycheck. Once I got my first paycheck,
Uh-huh.
I spent it all in food. And before I got my driver's license, I wasn't able to go to any place I wanted.
Uh-huh.
And by the time I got married, and I had already lived with my wife.
Ah, okay.
And until I became a parent, I didn't know why my parents used to be very worried about all things.
All right.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Okay. Love it. Love it. All right. Really good. Okay. You did
Okay,
a great job. Easy or difficult?
easy.
Extremely simple, David. Extremely simple. Now, you are going to give me two turning points in your life.
Well, the first one is here in the exercise, having pets in general, because my family have both and adopted 7 dogs in total. We have 7 dogs right
Uh-huh.
now. So I
Oh,
think that,
really?
yeah, that
That's a lot.
getting them was like too wonderful. And I think that in that moment, my family realized how happiness was.
Uh-huh.
And the
Okay.
other one would be when my brother got married too. Because, well, when my brother got married, and I actually felt very sad because he was going from home and I didn't have him anymore to talk and tell my stuff. So it's a little bit selfish, but I'm
Yes.
happy. I'm happy of him anyways.
Well, that's life. But well, okay. Yeah, but our turning points, man. Our turning points.
Mhm.
Definitely. Okay, we're going to listen some turning points. Okay? And you are going to try to complete what they are saying about their turning points. Okay? Here we go.
Page 74. Exercise 4. Listening. Turning points. Part A. Listen to 3 people describe important events in their lives. Complete the chart. Good morning, listeners. I'm Mark Markinson, and we're back talking about turning points. Those moments when something happens in our lives, and afterward, we're never quite the same. Let's go to our first caller, Nari.
Hi, Mark. I'm South Korean and came to Boston by myself when I was 17. Transitioning was hard. I had studied English but had never practiced with anyone. I was so nervous at first, and the second week I had to buy a cell phone. I was terrified, but the salesperson understood my first question, and I understood his answer. The moment that happened, I knew I was going to be okay with my English and get my dream job in Boston. So I guess buying a cell phone was my turning point with my English.
Thank you, Nari, and your English sounds great. Let's go to Anthony.
Hi, Mark. Well, I started working for myself 1 year ago.
What made you decide to do it, Anthony?
I was doing graphic design for this company, and I was bored. I didn't like the company or town I lived in. I wanted to work for myself. I'd say my turning point was the day I started looking for my own clients online. As soon as I did that, I knew I was serious. I started doing freelance work, saving money, and 1 year later I quit my job and moved to Chicago.
Love those entrepreneur stories. We have time for one more call.
Hi, I'm Karina. I'm a doctor, but I didn't always know that was my calling. My aunt had cancer, and I took care of her during the hardest part of her treatment. After she finished treatment, she told me I had taken better care of her than any doctor. That's when I knew I wanted to help people like her. So my aunt's sickness was my turning point to decide my career.
And I'm sure your aunt is very proud. Thank you for sharing, Karina. And listeners, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Mark Markinson. Have a great day.
And
Okay, you got it?
yeah,
All right. Nari, what's the turning point and how it affected her?
and she said that she arrived to Boston when she was 17. That was her
Mhm.
turning point. So, and it affected when she was nervous about the language, right? She didn't know if she was going to achieve it. But
Mhm.
one day she went out to buy a cell phone, and the salesman understood her question and she understood what he said too. So in that moment, she realized that all was okay and she would get her dream job, I think she said.
Uh-huh. Okay,
And
yes.
then Anthony, he used to work to a company, but it was very bored, like
Mhm.
he was unhappy in this job. So and he decided to work on himself. So and he started to work in his tool, right? So and he went independent when he saved enough money and he moved to Chicago, and that's how it affected him. And his turning point was when he left and he was starting to work to
Mhm.
him.
Okay. And Karina?
And Karina said that well, she's a doctor, and she used to used to think and that being a doctor was worthless, right? Just like that she said. So in a treatment,
Mhm.
she just came up with an DM, something like that, and she said that the treatment of her own sickness, like, was in her turning point, and she realized that in taking care of people and the patients that she took care of
Mhm.
was like in it's the actually a thing that it's value for her and for her career.
Uh-huh. Okay. No, man, you're a master. That's really good. Okay. Really, really good. Okay. Now we're going to talk about, or we are going to see how to express regrets and by describing hypothetical situations. Okay.
Okay.
Well, help me to read this example, please.
You should have studied for the exam. If you had done it, you could have gotten better grades.
Okay, let's analyze it. What grammar categories could you see in this sentence?
First of all, that if he should have studied for the exam, that's like the hypothetical sample, like, yeah, the hypothetical situation.
Mhm.
And the regret is, or like the effect was that if he had done it, he could have gotten better grades.
All right. Okay, excellent. Now, it's true. So what happened? If we want to express regrets, we can do it by using two things. Well, the first one, it's they should have or shouldn't have taken. Actually, we use they should have or you shouldn't have taken. They should have or shouldn't have, sorry, and the participle to tell off. Do you know what is tell off?
And I have an idea, but I don't know what to use it in this case. So if you
Tell
could
off
tell.
is like regañar,
Okay,
right? Como hacía regañar, cantaletear, dar give cantaleta, all right? For
okay.
example, what is the most dangerous neighborhood or place in your city?
Sorry, what?
What is the most dangerous place or zone in your city?
Um, it's a neighborhood which is the oldest in the city. It's called Canta Claro.
Canta Clara?
Canta Claro.
Okay. Oh, Canta Clara. Okay. Let's imagine this. I bought the last iPhone 24 Pro Max Terrenator. Diamond screen, artificial intelligence that actually makes my breakfast. I spent like 20 million pesos in that telephone. So, and I wanted to test all the tools and gadgets it has. So I decided to go to Canta Claro neighborhood to take pictures at midnight. So I went there, and well, the destiny, someone like stole my phone, and I lost my money and my dignity. Okay, how can you tell me off? Intenta vaciarme, but with you should have and you shouldn't have. Okay.
And give me a second, like, to think how to do it.
Okay, I'm going to explain you. That's the secret. For example, you say, teacher, you are so silly, teacher. You shouldn't have gone to that place. You shouldn't have gone. Or you should have and the participle. All right?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
And I say because I got the idea of the topic, but it's kind of weird because you are much major than me. So
Don't
yeah,
worry.
okay. Well, that's too bad, but I think it's good it happens to you because if you shouldn't have gone there,
Excellent.
it would be you will have your phone, right? So you know that this is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city. So if you had listened to people to not go there with that new phone, you would have it in right now in this moment, and you will be enjoying that. But because you don't listen to people, so that happened to you, and it's okay. You will have to be right with that.
Okay, that's it. Okay, that is the first use to express a regret, and also, as I told you, to tell off, right?
Okay.
Okay, that is one way. For example, you can say, no, man, I shouldn't have gone to that place. I shouldn't have gone there, all right? Or I shouldn't have tested the camera there. I should have gone to my home and tested there. All right, that's one way. Now, the second way, it's the same as we did in the first exercise today, and it's using the third conditional, right? That is the if clause, of course, plus the past perfect. If I had, if I hadn't, if you had, if you hadn't, all right, if they had, if they hadn't. And in the result clause, we are going to use the would have and the participle or could have and the participle. For instance, If I hadn't gone to Santa Claro, I would have had my cell phone yet, right? I would have kept my cell phone, right? Okay, or for example, if I had studied English before, I would have been doing something else now. All right? Okay?
Okay.
All right. That's the second way. Now, look at this. I'm going to tell you a story, and then you will try to use the third conditional to express a third person regret. Okay? Like,
Okay.
if you with the you. All right?
Okay.
Okay? Well,
Yeah.
look at this. Imagine that I was studying at Smart French, and I had 1 year to complete my course because otherwise the company wouldn't give me like a loan or an extension. So I would be by my own, and I have only 1 year to finish it. Well, I used to have 1 year to do it, right? But what happened? But what happened? It happened that I didn't spend the time as I had to. I just went to Paris, and just the last week I wanted to study, but it wasn't enough, so I lost my money, I lost my time, I didn't learn French. I had to learn French because I need to improve my French to have better job opportunities, so I wasted and I lost all. Okay, now you are going to try to tell me off using the third conditional, right?
Well, then I would say to you that if you hadn't been that responsible, you would have today your degree in French with a smart.
Uh-huh.
Also, that if you hadn't been that foolish, maybe you would have spent the time better doing the
Uh-huh.
stuff of the course. And if you hadn't been all the time at parties, you would have been studying for the French course and maybe you
Uh-huh.
would have achieved the degree. And if you had listened to your friends and you would have also taken the classes and don't doing things that aren't useful to the course.
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
Okay. Okay. I love it. Really good. Okay. Difficult?
No.
Nah, extremely simple, right? It's easy peasy. It's not difficult at all. Okay, now let's practice again. We're going to listen to a conversation between three friends about regrets. You are going to write two regrets that each person has, okay? So there are two regrets per person,
Okay.
okay? All right, so give me a
Give me a
second.
sec. Give me a second that I'm writing.
Yeah,
And yeah, you can start now.
okay, here we go. 1, 2,
Page
and 3.
76. Exercise 11. Listening. My biggest regret. Part A. Listen to a conversation between three friends about regrets. Write two regrets that each person has.
Hey, Ariana. You should come to the movies with Kira and me on Saturday.
Yeah, come with us, Ariana. It'll be fun.
I wish I could, but I have to write a paper for that writing course I'm taking.
What's it about?
My biggest regret in life. I mean, that's a big question. I have regrets, but just one?
Well, what are they?
I've always said I should have spent more time with my grandma while she was alive. And I shouldn't have waited so long to start learning Arabic. If I talked more with my extended family, I could have learned it ages ago. I guess I have lots of regrets. What about you guys?
I think my biggest regret is from when I was a kid. There was this really mean bully at school. I mean, every day he would tease me because of my glasses or my grades or something I was wearing. There was always a reason, and I never defended myself. I just let him say what he wanted and make me feel terrible. And I regret that. I should have talked to him. I should have been more confident.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Ray. You were a kid. And what's important is that you learn from that situation, and you won't let people bully you again.
True. So, do you have regrets, Kira?
Well, I didn't take many difficult classes in high school. I should have been more ambitious. And I didn't do any activities after school. I could have done more volunteer work and helped people more in my spare time. But honestly, I don't believe in regrets. I've learned lessons from my mistakes and have become a better person. No regrets, just lessons learned.
You know what, Kira? I like that idea for my paper. No regrets, just lessons learned.
Perfect. Now go work on your paper so you can go to the movies with us.
Okay, did you get it?
And yes.
All right, let's go ahead with Ariana, Ray, and Kira.
And well, while she was talking, Ariana, and her first regret was that he wished she could go like to the movies with them, but she
Mhm.
had to write a paper. So what I take notes of was I wish I could, but I have to write a paper. The second
Uh-huh.
one is I should have spent more time with my grandma when she was alive. That's something related to the paper, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ray said things related to a bully in school. The first one was I should have been more confident of myself. And the other one was related to standing against the bully. I should have fought him. And from
Uh-huh.
Kira, I just listened at Juan that was I should have been more ambitious. And I
Yes.
didn't get anything else.
Okay. Well, it's good. Actually, it's really good. All right. Difficult?
No.
No, absolutely not. It's extremely simple, right? Well, let's go ahead. So, before we continue, I want to know maybe two regrets that you have about your life.
Hmm, let me think. Hmm. Okay, I have them.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Well, let me explain a little bit first for
Uh-huh.
each regret. The first one is related about the time I used in last year in 2025 with my friends, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think that I should have spent more time hanging out with them because now that we all are in different cities, studying in college, and we keep talking, right? We and are still friends, but it's not the same because we don't hang out and as we used to. So I wish I could have spent more time with them and like hanging out, talking, and that stuff.
Yes. But well, you are young. Maybe one
Yeah.
day you will have more than enough time to share with them again, right?
Yes, of course. And when they come back to summer, to December. Yeah. So the other one is about the school is that I wish I should have studied more for ICFES because I think it was a very good opportunity because it wasn't a bad score, the one that I had, but I think that even if I had been I have been doing it with more effort, it would be better and I will have like opportunities in any place I want.
Okay. Excellent. That's good. Okay. Well, but you are young, man. You are young. So you have time to live. All right.
Thank you,
Okay. Really good. Let's go ahead. Now, business.
teacher.
Sir. Yes. Hello, hello, hello.
Second hello.
Yes. Really, really?
Yeah,
Hello,
but
hello,
I
hello.
didn't listen anything of what you were saying.
Oh, no, don't worry, don't worry. It was just like to cheer you up.
Ah, okay.
Wanted to cheer you up. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Really good, sir. Well, let's look at this. Okay, business. Are you watching the presentation in business session?
Yes.
All right, good. Okay, look at this. What makes a business successful? What do you think? Well, without reading this information, what do you think what makes a business successful?
Leadership. I think that it's the most important thing.
Okay, all right. What else?
And maybe also depends a lot of the idea of the business. It depends of how people accepts it. I mean, the idea, how it works in society. And that's it, I think. To me, it's just it. Depends also about what business do you want to get, like, and if it's food, a hotel,
Uh-huh.
a, a specific service to a company or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, that's really good. Now, if you wanted to start a business or a startup, how do you say emprendimiento en inglés?
I don't know.
Startup. Start, de empezar, y up.
Okay,
Okay? But emprendedor no se dice starter up, no. You say entrepreneur. Okay?
entrepreneur. Okay.
Uh-huh. That's good. Well, if you wanted to start like as an entrepreneur or start with a startup, what kind of business would you like to have?
Um, a lab.
A lab.
Yes.
A lab of?
And maybe of examination of a specific, like, how do you say, muestras de,
Samples?
yeah, samples of, maybe examining the state of water of, like, and let me think about the idea because I don't know how to explain in English, like,
Huh?
laboratorio que examine, pues, el tema de
Ay,
aguas de
but in English, you can
establecimientos.
do it. That's the idea to express difficult stuff in the target language.
um, that it's able to examine in the whole process of
Uh-huh.
in maybe restaurants, pools, like
Okay.
the water and bodies of those stuff, and also in making the equipment that it's necessary and selling it to other companies. I
Okay.
think that would be a good startup.
All right. Amazing. Okay. Now, look at this. It says, according to Smart, what makes a business successful is okay, and we have to make a choice. In order for an app to succeed, it has to be easy to use, inexpensive, and original. You have to order them from the most important to the less important. And you will try to give me a reason why your answer. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, in order for an app to succeed, it has to be what?
Original.
Original first, then
Then easy to use.
easy to use, and
Then inexpensive. But with inexpensive, it means like free at all or a low
No,
cost.
low cost,
Okay.
low cost, possibly. All right. So why? Why your answer?
Well, well, I use like this logic. If it's original, it attracts
Yes.
people.
Uh-huh.
If it's easy to use, then people want to use that app. And in this order, if it's inexpensive or not, people in like don't care about it because it's original, it's easy to use, it's value, it's a value app, it works like paying for it,
Uh-huh.
and that's
Okay,
it.
yes. Well, maybe an app that nowadays exists that accomplish those requirements.
Huh?
Maybe an app that nowadays accomplish one of those requirements.
And I don't know, it's hard to say, but I think that the first one that comes to my mind is Duolingo.
Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Good. Yes, a nice example. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, for a small company to be profitable, it should have
Mm, what it means profitable.
that, well, profits is that you
Rentable.
can make money with it, right?
Uh-huh.
And profitable is that you can make money with it.
Okay, so it should have a good marketing plan,
Okay.
then a great product, and then excellent professionals.
Uh-huh.
And well, starting for a good marketing plan, I will use an example, and it's the example of Apple.
Uh-huh.
Apple, the best thing they have for me, it's marketing, right? Because they are not selling like cell phones as well. They are selling the
Yes.
Apple product and
Uh-huh.
all, and all what Apple offers too, right? So
Yes.
we don't know the people that work here, but if they are excellent professionals or no, it doesn't care.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't care, right? And a great product, well, for me, iPhones, MacBook, iPad are great products. I have them and are
Yes.
useful. But the thing that make us buying something is the marketing. So the marketing is the most important.
Yeah, of course. You can have a good product, but if you don't have good marketing, you
Yeah,
die.
and for a lot of things like for working and those stuff, maybe Samsung or even Xiaomi could be better because they have more
Mhm.
functions, the battery and those things, but the most commercial one is Apple and they win because of that.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's true. It's true. I couldn't agree more with you. All right. Good job. Good analysis. Now, to build a successful startup, it's important to have a great product, have a clear business plan, or control costs.
Um, this is hard. Have a clear business plan,
Uh-huh.
control costs, and have a great product.
Okay. All right. Why?
Well, for me, if you have a clear business plan, then you have all. You take
Uh-huh.
in mind what happens if the product doesn't sell this specifically amount of existences.
Uh-huh.
So what happens if people don't like the product in this way? We can adapt it in this other way and have a clear business plan, like makes you think about all the things that are necessary and that's make the
Uh-huh.
product a great product because then if you have a clear business plan you can control costs easily. It's not a big deal
Yes.
because you have like a plan B, and that's it.
Uh-huh. Of course. Of course. Of course. It's true. All right. Really good. You did a great job, Ben. Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
let's check. Let's check this. Now, in order to finance a new business, it's a good idea to try a crowdfunding platform, get a bank loan, or borrow money from family.
In crowd crowdfunding platform, it's
For instance, all the cooperativas in Colombia.
okay. Mm. In a bank loan, it's préstamo.
Ajá.
Well,
Yes.
let me think because I don't know what to use in order.
Ajá. Ok, for example, a funding platform son las cooperativas, right? Get a bank loan is that, un préstamo. O a money from family.
Yeah, so a crowdfunding platform is like a society of
Eh,
to finance.
no, for example, we have Solventa, Adi.
Okay.
We have, yes, those kind of like platforms that allow us to get money.
Okay, and in that case, first try a crowdfunding platform,
Okay.
then mm, get a bank loan,
Mhm.
and the last one, borrow money from family.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I choose in this order. First, try a crowdfunding platform because taking account that are those that you mentioned, the examples, I think that it's not equal. It's better to go into a bank. So in this order, I would choose it as a first option because they don't have
Yes.
like any interests.
Of course.
So in a high in how do you say interests?
Interests. Or you can say like loan taxes.
Okay, they have low taxes, a low percent of taxes, right? Then the bank,
Uh-huh.
because well, despite of all the bad things that people can think about them, it's still the safest option to get finance to a new business, right? So
Mhm.
if you have a clear idea of the business and you are confident about this is going good, getting a bank loan it's the best option for you because you know that you will be able to pay it. And the last one, borrow money from family
Mhm.
because, well, this is like a personal opinion because I think that borrowing money from family it's the worst you can do. It makes conflict being inside your family if you don't pay it at time or if then they need it, right? It's like a big deal.
Okay. All right. Good job. Okay. Well, now, important. For people to work from home, they need to have self-discipline, a separate working space, or a daily schedule. So tell me, how will you organize them?
Mm. Self-discipline, a separate working space, and a daily schedule.
Mhm.
Well, self-discipline in first, because if you don't have discipline, then if you just have the motivation of working from home, then the motivation eventually it's going to disappear. But the
Mhm.
discipline makes you be constant on that stuff you are making, right? Then
Uh-huh.
a separate working space because you need to be organized. If you can organize your own space, then you can organize your ideas to work from home. And a daily schedule because despite it is important like to have organization also about the appointments of the day, what do you need to do in a specific time,
Mhm.
I think I let it in the last place because it's not as important as the other ones. And also, you can manage your time in however you like, and you don't need to have a specific organization to be productive. And that's
Mhm.
it.
All right, that's good. Excellent. Okay. Well, difficult?
No.
No, man. You are doing a great job. Okay. You are a great job. Now, look at this. Just we have like some like expressions to describe purposes. In this case, we are talking about business, but you can use it in whatever topic you want, right?
Okay.
And we have this one to attract, to, the preposition to, and the verb, right? And then the
Right.
result clause, okay? For example, to attract talented professionals, a company should offer competitive salaries. Easy. To
Okay.
finance or in order to finance. And then the advice, right? For example, no, in order to finance new business, it's a good idea to get a bank loan, for example, all right? Or in order to attract more customers, it's a good idea to do a good marketing, for example, okay?
Okay.
For example, all right?
Right.
Okay, now you can do also a use of infinitive clauses with for. For example, for, then the subject, and then the verb to be with the verb to, or for after the subject. For example, for your business to be successful, for your business to increase, I don't know, the financial amount of money, and then you use the advice. Okay,
Okay.
it's extremely simple, my dear David. All right. Well, difficult?
No.
Nah, it's extremely simple. Extremely simple. All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's go ahead. Now, here we have some goals and suggestions. This is the last activity for today. You are going to try me to try, sorry, to try me. You're going to try to complete this exercise, like to match the goal with the suggestion. All right?
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Mm, to run a popular convenience store, it's a good idea to know the competition for first.
Okay.
And in order to run a profitable clothing boutique, it's important. No. Mm, yeah, it's important to understand your customers' needs.
All right. Good. Yes.
To establish a successful language school,
Mhm.
you need to choose the right location.
Uh-huh.
In order for a health club to succeed, it has to offer friendly service. And for a restaurant to attract more customers, yeah, you have to train your staff well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
All right. That's good. No problem. Congratulations. You did a great job, David.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Well, David, do you have any question?
No, teacher.
Amazing, David. You are practicing a lot. That's the idea, to talk, 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 and talk. Don't stop talking.
Okay.
All right. David, thank you so much for coming. And I hope you have a beautiful night and see you next week.
Thanks
All
to you,
right.
teacher. See you next week too.
See you. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye.